Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Roads, the new year of 2026. I'm Joshua Jacob. We have a special guest on the first episode of the new year. We have model and the former Miss Montana, Brelola from El Paso, Texas. Welcome, Brelola.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to have you on Rhythm and Roads to share your story, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I came across your profile and I was like, well, that's really cool that you got to be Miss Montana, and just a lot of probably other stories you can share. But first, let's get to know you. Let's start with chapter one.
Yes.
So
So
where
what
you're
do you
from?
want to know? Okay,
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm originally from Louisiana, born
Okay.
in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Whoa, is that right? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so from because I know right now you're in El Paso, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So from what was the transitions from that point to going to El Paso, finding your interest in modeling at what
Oh,
young age?
wow.
Yeah.
It was a big transition. Okay, so to begin with how I got to El Paso.
Yeah.
My husband, he was in the army, so we got
Okay.
stationed here. And then at the time, I had met some friends because I really didn't know anybody. And then I met a group of friends, and a friend of mine, she was like, "Hey, like, I think you should get into modeling." And then she mentioned she was with Bazaar Model Management here.
Okay.
And she said, "I think you should get into it. I think you should do it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, I don't know." So I went to my first one. It was 2023. So
Oh
I
wow.
went there in towards the end of 2023, and I got in. It was the Texas International Fashion Week.
Oh
So I
cool.
got
Okay.
in, and then things kind of took off from there. And then I have to give credit to Brian because he scouted me. He was like, "You need to do a pageant." And I was like, I never really thought of myself as a pageant girl, but I
Yeah.
did it. And I always told myself, do things outside of your comfort zone. So
Right.
that's exactly what I did. And things just took off from there.
Well, I'm glad that you got out of your comfort zone because see what happened when you took that risk, tried something new.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So many doors open.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy that you did that. Interesting. So, and then you mentioned about El Paso, right? That you are currently there. Okay. So
Hmm.
when you mentioned 2023, it hasn't really been that long that you've been modeling.
Correct. It has not been that
Wow.
long.
Okay.
So I'm just
So,
amazed how things have taken off. And I'm just
yeah.
like, of course, I give all glory to God, of course.
Amen. Well, I want to I ask you though, like, okay, so maybe you already mentioned it, but how did you become Miss Montana? Story behind that.
Behind Miss Montana. So we all had to pick a name of something based out of El Paso.
Okay.
And it was either Miss Montana, Zaragoza. I think we had it was another name I can't remember. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Miss Montana. It's on my heart. That's what we're gonna do. But the pageant, it was really great. It was my first time. Um, we have another one, I believe, coming up in May or March. So I'm like, do I want to do it again or should I
Yeah.
take a little break? So
Now, are you saying Miss Montana as in like Montana as in the state or
the roads out here. So we had to pick
oh the
something based out of El Paso. So
oh
like
I
how they
see.
have, I'm like, is it Zaragoza? Am I saying that correctly?
Saragossa, yeah.
Yeah, Zaragoza, Montana. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with Miss Montana. My
Okay.
first pick was actually Miss Trans Mountain, but I
Really?
think the
Wow,
name
okay.
it was taken. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with Miss Montana. And the coaching and everything for it, it was really, really like hard. But I told myself, you got to do it. You got to get outside your comfort zone, and that's exactly what I did. And here we are today.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know it was based on the streets or locations in El Paso.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Wow. Well, that's cool. I really think you should try it again if that's what you feel led to. I know you're kind of on the fence about it, but it's a new year, you know.
Hmm. It
You
is.
never
It is.
know. Yeah. But that's interesting. Okay, so it's been about almost 3 years. But as prior to that, did you even have any interest in modeling at all prior to 2023?
I did. I really did. But then I became a mom. So
Oh, you
whenever
did? Okay.
I did, I became a mom. So whenever I became a mom, I kind of put like my dreams and goals on the back pedal
Mm,
and I settled into the whole family agenda.
mhm.
And then one day I was sitting down by myself and I was like, yeah, we're meant to do more. This is not for us. Like I'm like I can't just sit in the house and not do nothing. I have too many talents and I remember just saying, you know what, God, just lead the way, order my steps, and that's when everything took off and yeah.
Wow, that's yeah, congrats on being a mother. That's great. That's
It's
definitely
hard.
oh, I bet. But I mean it's a definitely a blessing
It
to
is.
have that experience. I know it's not easy. But you know, the
Hmm.
Lord God made a way for you and your husband to have that. So that's awesome. Yeah. Now prior to that, like what are your dreams that you mentioned? Because you said before you put some dreams on hold, some desires that
Okay, so I've always wanted to be a choreographer. So dancing was
oh
really
yeah,
my
wow.
love. So I remember whenever I was younger, I was in this group. It was like a battle group in Louisiana, like underground hip hop. We will battle. And I'm like, I know I don't look like it, but we used to do all of those things and dancing parades. Of course, you know Mardi Gras based off in
Oh yeah,
Louisiana.
right.
We would dance in a Mardi Gras parade. And
Wow, that's cool.
some other dreams were to do music. I have a voice, but like my friend said, he was like, you have a powerful voice, but I think you're afraid to use it. So I'm trying to get out there more with that, as well as I want to get into acting. That's something new that's
Oh
touched my heart
wow.
this year. I would
Really?
love
Okay.
to get into acting. Yes.
So, okay, let me go. You know how to sing, right? And then you want to pursue acting,
Hmm.
and then you model. Yeah, I mean, I think this definitely would be a great year to pursue those skills. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now
And
for
for me,
acting,
my favorite model is,
oh, go ahead.
uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna just say, like, for acting, are you wanting to pursue acting in El Paso? Or are you trying to see what's like outside of El Paso to pursue that?
I would like to start off locally here in El Paso
Okay.
and then kind of move my way up and see what happens. And whichever doors open, that's the door I'm going to run straight through.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. And for singing, I mean, wow, I mean, I would love to hear you sing a song, but I mean, of course, we're not gonna do that now, but I just meant
I'm
like
like,
that's
no, don't put
cool.
me
I
on the
mean,
spot, not
yeah, I know,
today.
yeah, no, don't worry. Do a lot of people know that you know how to sing?
Some people do know I know how to sing, not many, only some. The last time I ever sang was for a women's conference. A friend of mine, he reached out. It was actually his first time meeting me, and he was like, "I heard you sing at Star City Studios, and I heard the power in your voice. I think you would be good to do this women's conference."
Wow.
Now the catch was we had one day to practice. And
One
I'm like,
day.
oh my goodness, I don't, one day, one day. And I was
Wow.
like, I don't know this gospel song. I'm like, what am I doing? But I remember I practiced all night and he was like, listen, you got it. Just go up there with confidence. You got it.
Wow.
And I went up there, I sang, and everything was just beautiful the way everything happened. And I'm like, okay, so that was awkward, but we did
But you
it.
did it, yeah. And I'm glad you
Hmm.
did. Yeah, I really, I mean, wow, just I really hope that this year you get to pursue those other skills that you haven't really got out there yet, you know, like singing and pursuing acting. I hope it works out for you. Because yeah, if you're blessed with that, I would definitely utilize that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So for 2026, what is some goals that you do have as in, I mean, we already talked about modeling. That could be something that you're possibly going to still pursue, but what about the singing, the acting? You know, is there anything already planned for that or
For right now with the singing, I'm gonna kind of keep working on my voice and building it up.
okay.
And when it comes to acting, I am looking for whatever is out there that's for me right now. So I'm hoping to find something soon, and I know it will land on my doorstep as soon as it happens and it's meant to be. So right now, yes, we're currently looking. We are.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. And I do want to recommend of course, El Paso has their own El Paso Film Festival. There's one in Las Cruces in April, the Las Cruces International Film Festival. That'd be a great way for
Hmm.
you to network, meet people, um,
Oh, that's
filmmakers.
perfect.
Yeah. So that's, I know the Las Cruces International Film Festival starts, I think, late April in Las Cruces.
Hmm.
So that would be a great time. I went last year, and definitely a great way to interact with others and just network.
Hmm.
So yeah, I recommend that, but I hope it
I would
does work
definitely.
out.
Yes, I hope so as well. I hope so.
Yeah. Now I
So,
do want to touch base on the journey because we're all on our journey, right? We're on a road that it's up to us to really make the best out of it that God puts us on. But how did you come to find your faith?
when I found my faith, for me, I always felt this way. Like I know I was always destined for more. So
Mm.
for me, it took me to hit like rock bottom
Wow.
and depression. And I really was like, okay, I don't know who this person is that I'm looking at in the mirror. So then I was like, okay, I was like, what would grandma do? Because my grandmother, she was my rock. She was the one who instilled the faith within me. So
Wow.
I was
Okay.
like, okay, what will Granny do? Like, what would she say? So I just remember just hearing her voice, like, you got to pick yourself up. You got to do it. So one day I told myself, like I told you before, I was sitting on the sofa. I said, okay, we need a change. We're gonna make a change. So I started going to church. I started reading the Bible and my faith just kept blossoming from there. And then I remember I was like, okay, God, if this is meant for me, I was like,
Mm.
I'm not testing you, but if this is meant for me, things will happen. You will open doors. And I said, if this is not something I'm able to pursue or it's not my path, then direct me on my path. And ever since then, he's just been open doors. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, God, I see you. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep going. You opening doors, I'll keep doing it.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that testimony. So it really took a leap of faith for you to really ask God those questions. And
Hmm.
yeah, we've all been through that. I mean, I don't know, I can speak for everyone, but I definitely have been through my own journey of being
Hmm.
at a rough place in my life, and you ask God for certain directions. Sometimes you question your faith, and the thing is sometimes just that little spark of a miracle that changes everything, you know what I mean? That
Hmm.
you just remember like he's always there. And that's why
Hmm.
I like that film a lot. It's a Wonderful Life.
Hmm.
Have you seen that film?
I have not seen it yet,
You have
but
not seen it. Okay.
I'm gonna add it to my list
Well, yeah, that's fine.
because
It's just
I
a
want to get into have you seen The Chosen?
no, I have seen some episodes, but yes, I'm
So
aware
I'm
of it.
trying to get into that. So I'm going to add that one to my list. That's my goals.
Okay, no, that's fine. Um, for the It's a Wonderful Life, it was mainly more for the holidays like Christmas, the film.
Hmm.
But it really touches base on how with our life we forget how much we are impacting others in what we
Hmm.
do, and even the smallest little things. And this film touched bases on that, where he pretty much lost everything, or he was going to lose everything, and he's helped out the town um, in so much amazing ways that he's contributed, that when it came to the time where he needed help, the town came to
Hmm.
him now, and he didn't even ask for it, but it's just God wanted him to see that without him being alive, there were so many people that were impacted that he didn't get to, that he would have not, if he wasn't alive, they wouldn't have been impacted by him. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's a really interesting movie just to see how the little things that we do for others, it just can go a long way, even when we don't know it. And just yeah, and so little things like that really make a difference, especially with our own faith, just something to keep us going, to know God will
Hmm.
send some help some way or another. He will open a door, even if it's not that big of a door, but it's a step to something bigger, and then you're like, okay, this is where I need to go. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, so I'm glad it worked out for you.
Thank you. And I've also noticed about myself, and to kind of touch bases back on your question about journey with faith, is I noticed that I would always speak life into people.
Mm.
and they would always come to me for advice. And I realized like I'm speaking so much life into people and it's
Yeah,
happening for them. I need to learn how to start speaking life into myself. So I started doing that as well.
that's awesome. Yeah.
And for me, I think the biggest thing that I do love is when I can help people. That it just, I don't know, it does something to my heart whenever I can reach out and help someone. Like if someone is sad, if someone needs something, if I can give them advice or give them a life lesson that I've been through to help them, that's something that I really do love and I look forward to doing.
Wow. No, I'm glad that you have that passion to want to help others. If God gave that to you for a reason, that definitely yeah, I'm glad that you are doing that. And I'm almost the same way. I mean, that's another reason with Rhythm and Roads why I'm doing it is I can give someone a platform to share their story that can inspire others in
Mm-hmm.
hearing their testimony. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm the same way. I like to help others share and just be there for them, but I'm glad that you have that heart to want to help others. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, it goes a long way. And sometimes, like you said, or earlier, that even the smallest conversations you might have with them can go a long way. Well, they'll look back and remember what the words that you said.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes, yeah, that's awesome. Uh, so I want to ask, like, in this transition for acting, that's really, if you have you ever had any experience in acting or no?
I've never had any experience
Really?
in
Okay.
acting. It's just something that came to me, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do this for sure.
Yeah.
So, no experience. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, but I'm just going to go for it.
No, yeah, and I'm actually glad that you're not saying, "Well, I don't have experience, I shouldn't pursue that." I feel like you can learn on the spot, and it'll take some time. But yeah, I've thought about that too. I mean, like that'd be cool if I was an extra in a film, doing a little podcast or a radio or something. But that's the
Hmm.
thing, if you never pursue that and try it, you'll never know what it's like.
Exactly.
Yeah, and sometimes and their thing is there are gonna be people to help you learn that. They're gonna help you in the acting skills and learning how to do that. But that'd be
Hmm.
great if there was a film done where you can sing and act at the same time.
Oh,
Like one of those, yeah, well, like one of those movies that have us, it's a I don't know what movies are
like a
out there.
musical? The
Okay, well,
musicals
not a
they have?
musical, but like let's say they want to do Whitney Houston, right? They want to do a film on her, like
Hmm.
Whitney Houston, and you're acting in there, but then there's roles where you're singing songs. That'd be really cool, yeah. So
That would be cool. She's a legend. That would be cool.
she is, yeah. So it's Selena. Like I know there's a film being made in El Paso, or soon to be made, of a short
Hmm.
inspired by Selena.
I love
So
Selena.
oh, I love Selena. Yeah,
I'm like, fun fact. She was the first CD I ever bought in my life.
really the first.
She was. And funny story behind it. Okay, I don't know any Spanish at all, but I remember I played the CD and then I just started picking up on things and I fell asleep to the CD. And then you remember that's when we had the little cassette players.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm so telling my age right now. But I
Wow.
have a little cassette player and I remember I fell asleep to it, and then the next day I went to school, and it sounded like my teacher was talking to me in Spanish, and I was like, "Can you repeat that, please?" It was the funniest thing
That's
ever.
funny.
But
Wow.
she was my first CD. Whenever I watched the movie as a little girl, I just remember like, oh my goodness, like who is this person? And then I kind of like did my own little research on who she was, and I got to see how she actually looked because we all know J Lo had played her, but I was just so
Right.
intrigued by
Yeah.
her story and her voice and the way she
Yeah.
commanded the stage. And I was like, that's something I want to do. I want to be able to have a platform where I can help people and make people feel good. And she was like my second, well, my first love was MJ, but she was my second love that made everything possible for me.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Wow.
she was the first CD.
CD. Do you remember the title of the CD?
It was just labeled Selena. It was
Oh,
gold.
just
I
label.
remember
It
I
was
got it
gold.
from Walmart. So I think it was all her number one hits, I think.
Okay.
And it was a gold CD labeled Selena. And yeah, it all
Wow.
took off from there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember when I first saw the film Selena in theaters. Yeah, I was just like, wow, these songs are great. Like I love it. And I was young. I was probably like 12 years old at the time. But I was just like, man, these songs are catchy. Like, and I don't know
Hmm.
Spanish a lot either. So, but still, I was just hooked to the
Yeah.
just every bit of the band that had something to input for the songs. It just gave it
Hmm.
wonder. Yeah, so it was amazing. But that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, of course, I use cassette tape and CD players, and
Yeah. They need to make a
yeah.
comeback for sure. They need to
Well,
make a comeback.
cassette tapes players are actually available still.
Yeah, yeah, they're coming. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen one actually. I think on TikTok they have like a little Valentine's Day
Oh,
tape.
do
I
they?
think you can record yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like maybe, but yes, I've seen those. I have.
Wow. Yeah, and vinyl's coming back, or it's already been back. Vinyl,
Hmm.
vinyl records. Yeah. Well, for us to get to know you too, because I know we're talking about acting, singing, modeling, but like, what about like, let's get into the more little personal side of just who you are. So, like, what what films do you like? What's some films that are really on the top list for Brelola?
Oh, I love horror.
You love horror?
I love the horror, the gory, the Michael
Really?
Myers. But I also love musicals as well. I love Hamilton.
Okay.
Uh, I'm a total Disney fan.
Oh, same. There, yeah.
I'm like, if we can do a live musical or something of Hercules, I love Hercules.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Why do you like Hercules?
oh my goodness, just the whole story behind it and the music, like oh my goodness, the three girls that sing, they
Yeah,
are powerhouses, and I'm just like, okay, okay. I'm like, I'm in a car. I play it for my daughter. I'm like in a car screaming on top of my lungs, and she just totally picked up after me. And she goes, "Look, mama," and she hits the note, and I'm like, "Yes, baby, you got it."
that's
But
awesome.
yes, I'm a
Wow,
Hercules fan.
that's cool. So, speaking of Disney, is there other classic Disney's films that you like?
Ooh, Cinderella.
Okay,
Of course, I say Hercules. Pocahontas.
that's a good
I
one. I like
love.
the soundtrack to that.
Um, I think that's Pixar. Is it Toy Story? Is that Disney or
Yeah,
Pixar?
Pixar. Yeah,
Pixar. Okay.
yeah,
Um, so far those are my top three. And Hercules, Pocahontas, Cinderella. Yeah, those are my top three.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
and The
cool.
Little Mermaid. Of course, The
Oh,
Little
Little
Mermaid.
Mermaid. Okay, I bet you. I bet. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know, but have you ever like listened to the songs from Little Mermaid and tried to sing them as well?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I have. I have. Oh, and I don't know. It's a one. I think it's called Anastasia or Anastasia. I want to say
Oh,
Anastasia
Anastasia. Yeah.
or Anastasia. Anastasia. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Anastasia. Yeah, yeah.
I love that one as well. That's in the
That's a
soundtrack.
good that's a good film.
I love it. I'm like,
Yeah.
some people don't really know, but like, that's a good one. We should
That is
watch
a good
that one.
one. Yeah. And then I know that one's not Disney. I don't know if Disney brought that one out, but what I was told by my brother was the
Hmm.
director who made Anastasia, the animated
Hmm.
film, worked for Disney, and then
Oh wow.
he wanted to branch out on his own, and he
Hmm.
made Anastasia. So yeah, so like
Well, he did a beautiful job.
yeah, he did. He really did. Yeah, cool. Now let's you get into the music part. I'm very always interested in because I get a feel of like what songs or what artists do you like of music artists. So what artists do you like?
Okay. Of
You don't
course.
have to
I
name a
love,
whole lot, just a few.
okay, let's see. I love me some Michael Jackson,
Really? Okay.
Whitney Houston,
Okay.
um, Otis Redding.
Oh, okay.
My grandma, we would wake up to that every morning, Otis Redding. I love, of course, Beyonce's on the list, of course. Um,
Yeah.
I love me some Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, really?
Britney
Okay.
Spears, yes. And I also love El Green. So that's just
Oh,
to name a
great.
few, but it is so many, so many. But yes.
Wow. Yeah, good list. I mean, from Michael Jackson, what songs do you like? One or two that
Oh
you can name.
wow. I love PYT, Pretty Young Thing. Um, I love Liberian Girl.
I don't think I've heard those songs.
Oh, it's good. I'm like, it's
Really? Okay.
good. Yeah. Liberian Girl and Human Nature.
Oh, well, yeah, human nature is
Of
definitely
course.
oh,
It
yeah,
has to be up there, yes.
yeah, definitely a good one. And then you said Britney Spears. Wow, I haven't heard someone mention Britney in a while. But I
I
mean,
know,
I'm
I
like,
know.
does she even do music anymore? I don't know, but
I don't think she
I don't
does.
think so. Yeah, I know she released a book about 2, 3 years ago, a
Hmm.
biography on her. Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, yeah, when Britney was, man, in what was it, early 2000s, late
She's
90s.
unstoppable.
Yeah, and Christina Aguilera, another good one.
Oh my goodness, yes. Her voice
Yeah.
is it's amazing.
Now, before we move on, I didn't hear this part, but when you mentioned about horror films, what film did you say you liked from horror?
Michael Myers,
Oh, Michael
uh,
Myers. Okay.
mhm, and the Poltergeist.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Those are good ones.
it's crazy. And of course, Night of the Living Dead. Who
Wow.
doesn't love
Okay.
zombies?
Right. Yeah. So, and also another question I always like to ask, kind of get to know it, but if you were to decide Walt Disney World or Disneyland, what would you prefer?
Oh, Walt Disney World, Disneyland. I would just say Walt Disney World.
Yeah? Why is
Hmm.
that?
I feel like it would be better for me. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
gut feeling. We're gonna go with Walt Disney.
Walt Disney World?
Yeah, sorry, Disneyland, if you see this. Still love you, still love you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've never been to Walt Disney World, just Disneyland, but I think because it's just, I guess where it all started, right? But I know that Walt Disney World, it's like takes almost like 4 days just to see everything at Walt Disney World, which
Hmm.
is interesting. But yeah, hey, if you go this year, have a good time.
That's the, you know what? That's actually the plan with my dad. That's
Oh,
the
is
plan.
it?
We
Okay.
actually talked about it. So yeah.
Nice. Has your dad ever been?
My dad, he has taken us to Universal Studios. So we haven't, no, actually he has been. But I believe it
Okay.
was Disneyland. He went with my mom and my baby sister. So they went, I believe it was last year, I want
Oh,
to say.
okay.
So they've been. But he's taking us to Universal Studios and he was like, "You know what, daughter? We need to do something as a family, all of us, the kids, and we're gonna plan this trip out." And I was like, "Okay, I'm ready. I'm down for it."
That's awesome. Well, I wish you guys the best on this trip this
Thank
year.
you. Thank
Now,
you.
before we close, how can the viewers find you on social media?
Yes, I have two platforms, but I'm
Okay.
mostly active on Instagram, which is Brelola. You can find me there. And on TikTok, it's just kind of like my silly side, me dancing and just having fun. And you can also find me there, Brelola, which is Brelola. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
just active on those two right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I'll make sure to put that down there for them to follow you. And now,
Thank you.
before we actually close on this episode, is there a particular scripture verse that you like from the Bible?
Oh wow. I actually had written it down and I have it right here. I'm going straight to my notes.
No, yeah, go ahead.
I'm going straight to the notes and I'm like, I'm so glad you asked me that. I was like, this scripture has been on my heart for a while. So we're gonna pull this one up and it is Psalms. I believe this is the correct one. Yes, Psalms 23. The
Mm,
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And of course, we know it goes on, so I don't want to
yeah.
take up too
No,
much
yeah,
time.
no.
But yes, that's
That's a good
that's
one.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sharing that Psalm
Thank
23.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching on this episode with model and soon to be singer and actress Bree Lola from El Paso, Texas. Yeah, for
Thank
this
you.
first episode of 2026, it's been such a pleasure getting to know your story, Bree Lola. And
Thank you.
I really hope you do pursue the other skills that God has blessed you with in singing and acting, or the desire to want to act. If you put that in your heart, then yeah, you never know what doors will open for that. So
Right.
yeah.
I might get an Oscar or Tony or something one day. Who
Hey, if you
knows?
do, make sure you invite me and I'll interview you on the red
Of course,
carpet.
I definitely will. I would love to come back.
That's awesome. And guys, if you'd like to come and share your story on Rhythm and Roads, you can follow me on Joshua Jacob Official. I believe every story matters, and who knows what life you're impacting by just sharing your story. So feel free to reach out to me. And also, my email is rhythmandroadspodcasts@gmail.com. But yes, thank you so much, Brelola, for your time. It's been such a
Thank you
pleasure
for
getting to
having me.
know you. Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. And we'll catch you on the next episode. I'm Joshua Jacob, and this is Rhythm and Roads.